Hey friends! So previously I did a video of things that I don't like in books. They weren't really tropes or genres or anything specific like that. They were just weird, odd things that I don't like in books. So I thought, why not do like very specific, very odd things that I happen to love in books? Now, I'm not saying that if this happens in a book, I'm guaranteed to like it, but the stakes are much higher that I will love it. So, let's just dive right into some of these odd things that I like. The first one is when someone is like stranded on an island or isolated. One book that does it very well is Hatchet by Gary Paulson. And it is a middle grade book, so it's a very short, easy read. But I absolutely love this story of survival. Any kind of survival story runs in my veins. I just absolutely love it. Another thing where I have yet to encounter a book that I do not like that has this in it, and I have quite a few choices, but I'm only going to share one recommendation with you for each category, or else this video could be super duper long. So, anything with a dog in it is my jam. I love dogs and I love reading about them. I'm one of those weirdos that goes on YouTube and watches cute dog videos when I'm not on BookTube. Yeah, that's me. And then, come here. I have 3 puppies of my own. So this one's Bella. She's my baby girl. And then I have 2 more, but they're somewhere else. Anyways, my recommendation is Shiloh. It's a great middle grade book again. Short read. It's very good. This one makes me cry, but I still love it. Speaking of crying, I love books that have a sick main character, main protagonist, or even if it's not the main protagonist person, but there's someone who is very sick and the book has a lot to do with that illness and everything. I love those kind of books. And one prime example, man, I have so many choices for this one, but let's just go with a classic of The Fault in Our Stars by John Green. Of course you knew I was going to recommend this one. Come on. But anytime there's a sick main character who is like in pain and like dying or really, really sick, I love it. And I know that sounds sadistic, but I can connect with them so well. And I just definitely recommend that. And then something else that I thought I was the type that really loved love stories, but it turns out that I'm so picky about the material that I read, and about 90% of the love stories that I read, I end up despising, which is weird. Anyways, let's go back. I think I got 2 more recommendations. So, the next thing is kind of like a genre-ish, and I know that I wasn't trying to do that, but it's okay. So, I love true crime books. So, Helter Skelter is the first ever true crime book I read, And it has remained in my favorites since then. It's definitely a monster of a book, though. At 700, let's see, 665. So it's a monster book, but it is amazing. I cannot recommend this enough. I guess I lied because I still have 2 left, even though the last one was supposed to be 2. Maybe I have a few left. I should stop telling you how many. The next one, I love camp stories. Like, I can't explain why. I just love when there's a good camp story. Holes is a great camp story. And I have noticed a pattern that a lot of my favorites or recommendations this time are middle grade. Not all of them, but a lot of them. I guess I like my middle grade books. But this is a great book about Camp Green Lake, where there is actually no lake. But I love camping stories. Then, okay, I have a couple left. So I love a book with a great friend group. When they're just like such great friends that you love it. So, The Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants. Oh my gosh. And I've seen the movie too. And I actually do like the movie. A lot of the time, the book is so much better than the movie, but I feel like the movie adaptation is good. It does this book justice. Then I'm certain this is my last thing because I don't know how many more I can think of at the moment. But, oh, it's right there. So, the next one, like, you already know that I love when someone is dealing with sickness and illness, such as cancer or cystic fibrosis or anything that is just life-altering, any kind of illness like this. I also love books that deal with mental illness, and including like depression and suicide and things of that nature. They are hard to read because they are so emotional, but usually these kind of books are too. I love any kind of emotional book. And it's just part of my personality. I love anything emotional. Probably because I'm super emotional. But Dear Nobody, The True Diary of Mary Rose is a great mental illness portrayal. And I don't know what to say about it. I can't say too much without giving spoilers away. But I do love that it is in diary form, Dear Nobody. And it's so emotional and so sad, and it's just amazing. So, those are the weird or odd things that I love in books. If you have any recommendations, please put them down below in the comments. Like, any more dog books, I'm for it. Any more stranded, isolated books, especially like stranded on a deserted island. Don't know why, but I love it. Any suicide or mental illness books, love it. Please give me your recommendations. Any sickness, illnesses kind of books where the protagonist or any of the characters are sick and the protagonist is dealing with it. Good friend group, camp story. And lastly, true crime. I love all true crime. But yeah, thanks for stopping by. I'll catch you in my next video.